Hey everybody, this is Jim at SP500Chart.com. It is August 29th, 2013, about 4:15 here on the East Coast. And we're going to take a look at the chart again, as we do after every day's close. But before we do so, I need to remind you that the website and the video are for educational purposes only, and nothing stated at the site or in the video is intended to be used as investment advice. I can draw lines on charts, but you have to draw your own conclusions from your own research and make investment decisions that are suitable for your personal financial situation. And I'm still not a licensed financial professional, just a guy who draws lines on charts. Let's take a look. Well, the S&P was up modestly today, and we actually stayed above this rising teal line for the most part. I mean, I think we had a little bit of time spent underneath it at the very beginning of the session, pretty similar to what we saw yesterday. As a matter of fact, today and yesterday look largely the same. That is, starting at the day's lows, getting some gains in, and then giving back a large portion of the gains. Happened yesterday, happened today. Now, I want to remind you where this line has its genesis. It is the line, well, heck, we'll just look at it. I think we got to go to a daily chart to make you see this. It is the line that starts in the November 2012 low, which was kind of an inverted head and shoulders pattern that is missing a portion of its right shoulder. Still it worked. Okay, so we come up to this, and then we draw it across the June lows. It looks to be about the third week, maybe the beginning of the fourth week in June. And now we come up to it right here. Now, let's talk about what we know on the chart, and then let's talk about what we don't know, but what could be. The first thing is, we know that we have spent the last 2 days, with the exception of the very open, above that trend line. Okay, so I think we can say this is sort of working as support. However, it's not really producing the kind of strong move off of support that we've seen off of this line in the past. Again, if we go back to and that line shifted just a little bit on me, but if we go back to June, we tagged that line, and then within a week we were up a good 35 points over that level. Here we've tagged it, and we're just kind of hanging around it. If we go back to what took place back in November, again, we came down to that low and then bounced strongly off of it. Today, we're hanging at that line. There you go. Doesn't give me a tremendous sense of confidence here, to be honest with you. The second thing that I want to mention that is a little bullish is the fact that we did get over this little very, very short-term resistance line that we see most easily on a 5-minute chart. And to the market's credit, we did get a very small inkling of a potential bounce on this line. So we really kind of come into tomorrow with the same mindset that we had coming into today. And that is, will we bounce here, or will we try again to take out this support line? Now look, if this support line was to break, then we have a potential for a fairly good sized head and shoulders top to be in the making. Matter of fact, I think I need to go to a 2-hour chart to show you. And I'm not saying it's going to break, but I'm saying if it does, we may be looking at left shoulder, head, break, back test, right shoulder. This is very, very, very forward looking. Okay? That hasn't happened yet. But this line, I think, is very important for that reason. Because this would be, and it's also possible that this is some kind of double-headed pattern. We've seen these before. But if that is the case, then this is an important level of support. Because if this goes, then I think it's very, very likely that the S&P will end up trading under 1,500 to test this red line that is currently around 1483, 1484. Now that's about 8.5 to 9% under where we are right now. So it's important for support to hold if this teal line breaks and we come down to test it. And we've got a couple things going for it. We've got this line. If this line breaks, we got this line going for us. We have this all-time tops line right now right at about the 1600 level. That may be going for us as support. So there's a few reasons to believe that the S&P could bounce right around the 1600 level if we end up testing that. But for right now, the chart seems to be telling us there is, and I got to move that line again to its proper place. The chart seems to be telling us that there's reluctant support at this rising trend line right here. What would make me feel a bunch better as a bull, which I still am, until we get a top, I'm going to be bullish. But what would make me feel a lot better about being a bull would be if the S&P can gather the strength to get over this orange line right here. If the S&P can do that, then that will tell me that let me try that again. That will tell me that this market is serious about taking out a resistance level to go up and at least backtest our neckline up here in the very low 1690s. Okay? So right now, this is looking just a little weak to my eyes by nature of the fact that we start off low, gather some strength, but then give up 2/3 of what was gained on the day or more. Or let's say 2/3 on average. So guys, that's your video for August 29th, 2013. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. We got a couple of trend lines to keep an eye on. Remember that orange line? If we get over that, then this market's ready to plow on up to at least backtest that neckline at about 1690. But if we start breaking down underneath that teal line and 1600 fails to hold, then hey, we got to watch it real closely because we could be more than halfway through the formation of a topping pattern. So let's see what the rest of this week brings us. Well, heck, that's one day. And then let's see what happens next week. Maybe something will happen tomorrow that will give us a little bit of clarity for our weekend weekly review. Hey, thanks for watching. Take care.